may be only 4 chapters left in Tokyo Revengers, but there's so much time left in the EHRPG Podcast. It's the latest episode of the EHRPG Podcast, episode 65?
Why are you, I don't know.
I'm checking right now. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna happen every single thing, isn't it? It's every single episode now.
Was this last week's? My back hurts and we need to record?
64, it's episode 64 then.
Okay, 64, I was one off. Anyway, in today's episode, we're going to give a quick update on the Bayonetta situation.
Oh, yeah. And is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
And then we're just going to go straight into it? Okay.
Yeah, why not? All right, Bayonetta situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the last time we talked about it, Bayonetta voice actor Helena Taylor made the claim that she was only offered about $5,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
We were
that
off.
wasn't great, right?
No.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, people come out. Now, the thing is, a lot of people... no, she claimed she was offered just $4,000, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people, of course, come with the idea that, well, this is not normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she getting paid, right? And so with, this is just coming after the incident with the voice actor of the Double Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is literally coming about a week after the Double Mob Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things went to hell, right?
It wasn't, yeah, it was the whole union becoming non-union standardized, and then, it was like,
Yeah. And then we get a report from Video Game Convention that was put together with Bloomberg. Now, again, everything about this report is not 100% confirmed, as nothing is. Not even Helena's report was 100% confirmed too, right? So it's just hearsay.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened in the report is that VGC, the Video Game Chronicle, came out and said Platinum Games, according to Bloomberg, Platinum Games attempted to rehire Helena Taylor for about 5 sessions around 3 to 4K.
Right.
So that means she would get anywhere upwards of 15 to 20K. Right?
Right.
They claimed that, and of course Helena has absolutely denied it.
Mm-hmm. But
Platinum wanted to rehire her last summer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 3 to 4K per session. So about 15, 20K. They can confirm the residual claim, which they were going to give residuals. And apparently it was a significant increase in pay over too. Right?
Yes.
Now, of course, Helena has again came out and absolutely denied it.
Yes.
But it's just the whole situation is just kind of it's kind of a shitty situation, right?
I mean, sure, it is, but like that kind of sucks because there's actual problems in the voice acting industry, but it's like, I don't know, the way this was brought out is just like, oh, this is like kind of taking advantage of that, and it's terrible because they actually have evidence, you know? Sure, it's bad, but it's like,
Yeah.
This is somebody.
Okay.
This is almost somebody taking advantage of that, in a sense, which really sucks because there's actually actors and voice actors that are in really bad situations.
And we have to remember, according to the Bloomberg report, Taylor asked for 6-figure fee and residuals,
which is a lot more.
She's asking for at least 100,000.
Yeah, which is per session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot more. That's way more. So sure, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's something to.
And we also have to remember this, and this is a lot of people don't kind of forget about Bayonetta. They're talking about, okay, well, why are you paying so little, right? You got to remember, Bayonetta 1 flopped.
Yeah, it's a cult classic, basically.
And if it wasn't for Nintendo, Bayonetta 2 never would have happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bayonetta, the fact that we are getting a third game of this season, and like the fact that we're getting a third Bayonetta 3 is honestly a miracle. This game was dead after Bayonetta 1. Nintendo brought it back, and now we're getting a third game.
Yeah.
And this is saying nothing of the game's quality. Like, good games flop all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I cannot deny that there's a scummy feeling to it.
Of course.
For Helena Taylor to bring it out 2 weeks before the game release.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, almost at the same time, it feels like this is just a stunt. But at the same time,
I think that. I hate that I think that, because I want to believe them. I want to, like, trust them. But it feels like, it's as you said, she's trying to take advantage of the thing.
Yeah, that or it's just like a really bad stunt, and it's just like, this is terrible either way. So nobody feels good in the end. Nobody feels good in the end.
So we definitely see.
Well, except maybe Platinum Games. Platinum Games might get some free advertisement, but I don't know.
So we definitely see.
I don't know if they really want that type of advertisement.
So, like I said, and we definitely see a pushback against Helena Taylor now, which is interesting. And of course, later, a couple days ago, Bayonetta 3. They released a little update. Oh wow, even the CBC is covering it.
Really?
Interesting. Yeah.
They have nothing else. They have nothing
Platinum
else.
Games stated, we at Platinum Games offers their serious appreciate to everybody who has contributed and created Bayonetta over the years, as well as to the community's foundations. We give her full support to Jennifer Hale as the new Bayonetta and align with everything in her statement. We people refrain to ask, disrespecting and whatnot. So yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see if anything more comes up with this. Because I do agree, there is reason to be skeptical of Jennifer Hale's statement. It's not like what it was for the voice actor of the Mob Psycho dub, where you could actually, like, no, this feels 100% true. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting situation. I am definitely curious to see if anything comes up of it. Like, are we going to see more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, there's a situation I'm paying attention to in the VTuber community, and let's just say it scares me.
Oh, is this the
Yes.
Okay.
And all I will say is, I want to put this out to a couple people because I feel like we have a little bit of.
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Marcel. I'm not 100% sure of the situation. Should I know, or should you explain a little bit?
It's Miko Neko Delu.
Pardon?
It's the Miko Neko and Deluna situation.
Okay, yeah, but
what I will say is, I want to make this statement very clear. There has been no legal charges filed
I don't even know what's going on, but okay.
Essentially, the whole, remember what we were talking about, and then you asked, wait, who is this person? I'm like, it's her.
Yeah, no,
right?
no. I know that part, but like,
It's that situation.
oh, it's her situation from before.
No, it's her situation with Miko Neko.
Okay,
who, of course, was our lovely green-haired necromancer. And essentially, it's fallen apart, where one side is claiming slander, the other side is asking, okay, well, let me see the proof, and all that. And I just want to make this abundantly clear. As of right now, there have been no charges filed. There is nothing filed. I've seen so many people saying, Delu's charging her, and they're taking it to court. No, nothing has happened. Right?
Yeah, but
so
I don't even know what's going on. Okay.
Essentially, the situation is Miko Neko has claimed Delu has been slandering her online because she heard it from a drama tuber. And when Delu was just like, no, I'm not, can I see the video proof? Miko Neko then said, you need to go through my lawyers, and blocked her.
Ah, I see.
And people have been running with this idea that, Miko Neko, Delu's taking her to court. No, it isn't. Let them play it out. Hopefully it goes well, right? Hopefully it's just a misunderstanding and that they can go back to their separate ways to their careers, right?
Yeah,
but I
really
do want to make it abundantly clear. As of now, there's no charges. There's no nothing. And there's a lot of people trying to run with the idea that they are already in it, right?
I see. So they're trying to create basically a divide.
They're trying to create drama out of right now nothing. They're making like, she's taking her to court. No, they haven't. There is no court case. There is nothing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Making something
so
out
while
of nothing.
there is So while there is a situation between them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is not, she's taking him to court.
Okay, yeah.
It has not got to that point, and it's just, I kind of just wanted to bring that up because I do not want to see this turn into something bigger, man.
Yeah.
Like those two, I've already made, like, we talked about the Rushia situation when it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I made it abundantly clear, I think she needs to go away. I think she needs to get away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, she chose not to. And that's her choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't deny there is like just, I'm not surprised something like this is happening again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you thought you were gonna say something there.
Oh no, I agree. It's should probably, taking their time or something, or I don't know. I feel like if she had jumped it back into it, she'd have learned her lesson and kind of understand that she's gotta communicate. She's gotta reach out. She's gotta figure out things. Like, and not just take everything from like word of mouth type of thing.
I just don't understand how. I just don't get how she's back in this situation again. You'd think that after the situation in February, she would essentially try to avoid it, but it's just, I don't know. I think that she is, honestly, I just think she's desperate for attention. She craves the fan base. So it's hard for her to go away.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I get it. Do not get me wrong. I get it. When you're in, it's hard to change careers. But she really she needs help. And I want the best for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, shall we talk about animation?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Alrighty, well, we got a lot to talk about. We had a full week of shows, starting with
full dumpy.
Bleach.
Did not watch.
I watched the second episode. Again, it was good. I generally like the way they're setting up the arc. I liked the big reveal that the villains of the arc are a underground, like, completely unknown network of Quincy's. So it ties them to one of the main characters, and it also makes like, wait, weren't all the Quincy's dead?
Okay, yeah.
And it's cool. It's just, this is Bleach. I know exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
Like, again, Bleach's problem is the fact that it does not know how to tell good stories, right?
Hmm?
In the first arc, fantastic story, fantastic narrative. The second, then they just kept repeating it. But hopefully the big action scenes happen next tomorrow, actually, because Bleach airs on Monday. Up next for me would be Golden Kamuy. Wait, what the fuck happened this episode?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, it was the final episode where they're fighting the guy who's trying to poison them. No, it wasn't. That was last week.
Okay.
This week. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Golden Kamuy has moments that just don't interest me.
Okay.
Like, they got cool characters and everything.
Uh-huh.
But this one just didn't interest me too much. It was members of the 7th Division hunting a man.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotta hunt that man.
Chainsaw Man. Did you watch episode 2?
I did not watch the first episode, I don't think.
You still haven't even watched the first episode?
Nope. I'm very, very slow with that.
Well, Chainsaw Man episode 2 aired, and it served as a reality check to our main character.
Okay.
So, our main character is put into a new world, essentially, right? He's thrown into a new world where he's a devil man.
Yes.
Right? And what happens is he's trying to get used to it because he's never been cared for. He's never been, like, looked after, right? So, of course, he's falling head over heels for Makima.
Was a complete manipulator.
But who is also, like, one of the best characters. Like, I love everything she does.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, is that she basically manipulates you.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, like, I love everything she does. She's been a brilliant character. Absolute fun to watch. But
don't go for myself. Don't do it.
One thing I also like is that
don't stick your dick in crazy.
I really like the interactions between Makima and Aki. The new character that got introduced in.
Okay.
No, the other girl was Power.
The one with the devil ear thing?
Yeah, the other devil.
You got the ears thingy sticking out?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
is that the character that everyone's like saying looks like the remake of from 02 or whatever? Or
I don't know.
From
I mean, she does look a bit like 02, but like,
no, that's
okay.
I think that's the one. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah, that's Power.
Fun fact, Marcel. Fun fact. People who are raving about the fact that it's basically a ripoff of 02, shut the fuck up. The creator actually based this character off Cartman from South Park.
In personality, yes. But in design wise, I can see the relation to 02. But no, I could actually see the Cartman representation. But yeah, anyway, essentially Denji was like, he's forced to get in because, well, if he doesn't, Makima and the police are going to kill him.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I really liked it. I'm excited for the next episode in Tuesday. And other than that, up next for me was Eminence of the Shadow. This was a weird episode.
Oh, this one, second episode. There's a third.
Third.
Oh, third, yes.
Remember, last episode ended with all the girls leaving him, and he's just like, okay, they're done playing their games, when in reality, everything he said has happened, so yeah, we all know what's going to happen there.
Well, the third episode, they're just saying they're going to part ways, and he's like, what? And then they explain...
It was the end of the second episode.
Oh, the end of the second episode. At the beginning of the third episode, they explained that, oh, they're leaving because it's a globe, like, the cult is a global thing, so they need to go.
And I love how he says... Can't put in reality, he thinks, oh, we can't play along with this travesty forever, so we're setting ourselves free, even though he's unintentionally found the power of a cult that is really, really scary.
And has basically uncovered them and has opened all their eyes, and they're woke at this point and they understand their parts and they're going out to do it. They're so dedicated to the cause of him. And he's like, yeah, they've grown up. It's, not everyone can hit me.
But then the episode just gets kind of normal.
Yeah, Marcel.
Like, the story itself was a story about a girl in power struggling to, like, find herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ends with the girl in power.
They make a fake relationship.
Yeah, and then it ends with the girl in power.
Almost.
And now he's being arrested as a suspect. I'm like... Wait, I don't know, this feels a bit tonally different than what I'm used to already.
That's the whole theme. Is that it's literally about a guy who's trying to fit as a normal kid and is just acting as a chuny, but like creates all these misunderstandings, but it all just lines up perfectly for him.
Yeah, but this one didn't feel like he created it in the sense. Like, no, the last
this part is the whole normal bit. This is the normal bit chuny thing.
But there was nothing really chuny about this episode.
What, about him just blending in?
No, but like, there were no chuny actions. He wasn't like being he wasn't like anything. You keep saying chuny. There was nothing. He did nothing really chuny at all.
Yeah, because he was acting normal.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, because of that, this episode felt a bit off.
Except for his love for money, I guess. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, outside of it, but that's just like greed, which is normal. But no, like, that's why I was saying this episode just felt a bit weird, because it's just like, wait, are we watching the same show?
Yeah.
Like, I was generally surprised we did not see the return of the girls that episode. Like, what, they fast forwarded, 5 years?
Something like that.
So I thought we could have seen, like, the end of it, but, like, no, it's just one of those,
I think was he 11 or 10 when they left?
I think it was 11.
That must have been 3 years that passed then.
Anyway, as I was saying, the way it went, it's like, wait, this feels like a normally written story. Where's the chuny aspect of it? It's
the building blocks to it, man. But no, I get you. I get you. It's like the calm before the storm. You can't always have too much story.
Anyway. It was a good episode anyway. I did like the story. And it was good. But anyway, moving on, since you said you wanted to do this at a semi-quickable one.
Well, I was just going to say that Eminence of a Shadow, I feel, has some very good pacing, even though it feels off. Because, like, there are times where it's just like, it's not, and I feel like they do it very well, is that they kind of hold themselves back a little bit at times. Just a bit.
Maybe.
To set it up. So the actual parts that are supposed to hit you with the laughs or like the moments, since it's like, it feels a little it feels better because it's not like all the time fucking throw that out. Even though it was kind of funny that he acted like a dog. But
I'll have to be able to judge more about that as more episodes come in.
okay, what's the next
But
episode?
I can feel like that'd probably be the case. But next episode's Wednesday.
Yeah. Next issue?
Mob Psycho. It's amazing. Moving on.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like, in a way, To Your Eternity. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk about Mob Psycho. It's so fucking good.
Okay. But wait, that's not what you said about To Your Eternity.
No, but like, it's hard to talk about because it's something you should just experience.
I see. Oh, yeah. All right.
Like, we had a really good episode with Mob about him, like, getting a little too over his head. And it ends with, oh, apparently Mob is being impersonated and we have a new religion being built.
Funny. Yeah.
But next for me was oh my god, this show is on fucking acid. So remember how I talked about the last episode where it ended with the trauma of Takaru absolutely breaking him to the point because, oh look, his teacher got her head ate. Right?
Yeah.
So Takaru has a complete mental breakdown, right? He is fucked, right? So he was heavily medicated. He was in absolute just... Essentially, Takaru was in, like, deep psychological fucked, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there was a couple scenes cut from the anime. The first was, apparently he was interrogated, right, to see what happened. And the more stimulants that he got triggered with ended up triggering flashbacks to the fights with the beta.
Okay.
Right? So, at this point, Takaru's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm going home. So he essentially after almost raping a girl, he travels back to his own world, right? As a way to escape from it, right?
Okay.
Because he's tired of the fighting, he's tired of the beta, he's tired of people dying. So he travels back to his own world. You know, he gets to reunite with the teacher that died. Everybody else is having a good time. And his teacher gets killed by a stalker.
What the...
And I wrote it like this. I'm going to be honest. The show wants this to be a serious moment of Takaru losing his teacher again after his desperate, yet somewhat naive attempt to escape his reality. And I get that PTSD is a bitch, right?
Yeah.
And I totally understand the idea of Takaru breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
But I just found myself laughing my ass off. Because it's just, well, what the fuck did you expect, you dumb bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people call him out on it. The scientist girl literally just says, you know she's dead because of you, right? You came over and it brought the death over.
Mm-hmm.
And just, the show tries to play it like this, oh my god, he can't escape it. He can't escape her death. And I'm just like, I am seriously laughing my ass off. And I think to me the main reason is I think the original death was so fucking forced. I said it last week. The way the teacher dies in the current main timeline is one of the most forced things I have ever seen.
Okay.
And it broke me. So when last week when all that happened, I was generally just laughing my ass off at it. And the show clearly did not want me to do that.
So they gave you just even more stupid.
Well, no, it's just like the show's trying to play it straight, right? They're trying to play it like this dramatic moment.
Yeah. So they throw even more serious, but it's not.
But it just doesn't come off as serious because, well,
You've already
I'm
had that
kinda
first
just
experience. Yeah.
laughing my ass off. Yeah. But anyway, so that, ended. So we got another episode this week.
Are you still going to watch it?
Oh, of course. Move Love is a guilty pleasure of mine just because I really enjoy the battles against the beta. And I do like how brutal it is. It's just this time, the way, like, Move Love has a brutality of it, right? The first episode tends to be just, oh, the beta or overwhelming. Like, the first episode of this series literally had the beta destroying a town and everybody's dying.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, somebody had to make a sacrifice at the end just to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, like, I understand there's brutality in Move Love. But, like, the teacher dying just felt so forced. And I'm generally curious if they could have written it better. Maybe I wouldn't be laughing my ass off at Takeru's suffering. Anyway.
He gets cucked. He gets cucked by the beta. I don't know.
Netflix. Oh, I'm just reading this. Give me a second. Netflix has made a big bet on anime, promising to invest heavily in new productions in years to come. But in reality, it seems that anime companies are struggling to get proposals greenlit, according to Tokyo Keza. Netflix is shifting away from launching a series and focusing more on films for existing series.
Oh.
Huh. Where's this going? Studios may return to the traditional model for mainstream fare while relegating risky and niche products to Netflix. Good. I'm tired of anime being, like, locked behind the Netflix bar.
Okay.
And then Kanapa Show puts up a thing. It puts up a post. I want to make a game show where people guess if I'll put out a bunch of Netflix anime originals, and you need to guess whether it's made up or real. So Netflix plays up front for a bunch of shows for anime producers. It doesn't matter how well they do, as long as they can convince Netflix it's worth the cash. But if they do, they know 100% their show's going to be a hit. Netflix is the worst place for it, obviously. So Netflix now has a whole bunch of kind of undeveloped originals that never went anywhere, and they're never bothered promoting. And they killed JoJo Part 6. Anyway, so Move Love.
Turn Move Love into a hentai. There we go.
Well, I think it's actually an eroge visual novel.
Oh, yeah, I can believe that.
Like, I mean, one of the endings is literally the beta taking a girl and literally enlarging her sex organs and the organs to keep her alive, just so she has massive orgasms. Fun fact, that was the ending of the world Takeru came from. Legend of Galactic Heroes continues to be one of the best shows ever made. I love every moment of it.
Maybe I should have not said anything about that.
Utara Mayo finished its first act.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was very good. I liked how well they wrote Raiko, and it showcased that Raiko, even if he was a villain, you could completely understand his viewpoint of the country Yamato.
Okay.
But yeah, up next is all the Saturday shows. Holy shit, there were a lot of them.
Wait, did we already go through them all? Oh shit.
Well, I'm on my shows that start on Saturday.
I still don't know any of the days.
Well, I got Bocchi the Rock next, aka Existential Crisis, the anime. It's so cute, and I like how relatable it is, even though it's incredibly painful. But I sit here wondering something.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck do you get a bass mixed up with a guitar?
I mean, if you look at it from very far away, that's about it.
Yeah, that's what happened. The end of the episode when they're getting their last band member, she opens it up and then they're like, wait, that's a 6-string bass. And I just laughed my ass off. Yeah. A bass has 4 strings, right? And then they're just like, yeah, it's got a full 6 strings. And then all of a sudden the character behind him is just like, that's a 6-string bass.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I spent all my New Year's money.
They bought. Oh.
Yeah, so the rich girl bought her a new guitar.
Oh.
But
Interesting.
yeah, no, it's just cute. Now, I'm gonna try to not complain too much about Blue Lock.
I think you should watch another anime before you watch Blue Lock.
But I'm watching it.
Yeah. And I think you should watch something else before you fully finish it.
Why?
Then you'll be like, this is, ridiculous, but it's not that ridiculous.
Dude, Blue Lock is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you haven't even. All right.
But anyway,
One
I
day,
enjoyed this episode.
one day we'll watch Prince of Tennis together. And maybe
God,
that's my
no, I
lovers.
would rather drown.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I watched this episode. I enjoyed the game. I liked how the team play worked out and how the one team became united, and it's clear why they won the game. But then for him to talk about tactics after destroying tactics, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. You literally spent the whole last episode saying, let's not ignore tactics. And now you're talking about how strikers use these tactics to get through. And then I love how the series is self-aware because one of the characters points out all the strikers he referenced, right?
Mm.
So Ronaldo, Messi, and Katana never won a World Cup.
Never won a World Cup?
Yeah. I'm just like, well, maybe then your idea is fucking insane.
They won Premier Leagues or whatever, right?
I mean, yeah, but anybody can win the fucking Premier League.
It's the World Cup, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the World Cup starts in a month. Hard to believe, right? But that's because they sold it to fucking Qatar.
Right, that's right.
World Cup. It begins literally in less than a month. I'm still gonna watch it because I'll always cheer for Germany and Canada. But like, can we get the World Cup back to like August where it deserves to be? Gonna be some good groups though. Japan's in it. They're in a group with Costa Rica, Spain, and Germany.
Don't get their hopes up, Marcel. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, unless Spain crumbles, no, Germany lost in a group with Sweden, Mexico, and fucking South Korea last time.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, Yowamushi Pedal, the better sports show.
I did watch.
I generally enjoyed the way they talk about tactics, right? Every tactic they talk about makes sense. It all works. And I think this show just has a really good pace to it and a pattern that just... Oh my god, I forgot to watch Aruma-kun.
Well, it looks like I'm talking by myself then.
Yeah. You can talk about that right now then.
No, keep going. Finish it up. You were already in the middle of talking.
Okay, so I'll watch Aruma-kun later. Uzaki-chan, they seem to be really playing up the romance. Like, we had a lot of the last episode.
Ow.
Seemingly having Uzaki get a bit jealous
Hmm.
Like, after, I don't know, she just seemingly got a bit jealous. And that's just how the episode ended. So it was weird because that isn't really what Uzaki is, right? She usually isn't that type of person. So to see her get jealous, I was like, okay, this is interesting.
There are usually like an episode in those types of shows where like the teaser does get jealous.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be like this. Like, I honestly thought we were going to play through it more and, just work towards them being together.
Hmm.
No, it looks like they're actually pushing more of a jealous type to it, which I'm like, okay, I actually want that.
All right.
My Hero Academia had another strong episode.
Okay.
Somebody pointed this out. So the rabbit girl, Miroku, right?
Mm-hmm.
She got that shit kicked out of her, right?
I think I remember that.
So here's all her injuries. She had multiple hits to the head, most likely a concussion. One of her arms was practically twisted into paste.
Ooh.
She got stabbed in the abdomen.
Ooh.
A bit of her calf was literally chewed off.
Ooh.
Hairs got pulled out of her head.
Ooh.
A stab wound on her neck and shoulder.
Oh.
One of her legs were impaled through and hooked like a damn harpoon.
Ooh.
By the way, while she was also being cauterized while giving out the important information to try to stop Shigaraki from waking up.
Ooh.
Like, as this comment said, Miroku is a fucking unit. But of course, this episode was mostly about the ending, which was Shigaraki waking up and just kind of losing the last bits of his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it's him going, fuck it, everything's dead. And it was also revealed that All For One duplicated his quirk.
Oh.
So now there's two All For Ones. Shigaraki and All For One himself.
Oh.
And it's just... The one thing again about My Hero is their villains are so well written. And then he wakes up saying, don't reject me anymore.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then there's Spy X Family.
Spy X Family.
Probably the best show of the season.
Was this
I
the one
love
where they
Yor.
resolved the dog thing? Or is it the
No, that was last episode. This episode, it's a filler episode where Yor is trying to learn how to cook.
Ah. Okay.
So she goes to one of her coworkers' houses with her brother, and her coworker's a bitch. But she ends up learning how to cook one dish. And she takes it home to Anya and Floyd, and, well, cooks.
Oh.
And it works, but then she tries something else and kills them.
Oh, okay.
And then the other part was just Floyd's assistant wanting to get laid.
Oh, right, yeah.
So essentially it was just filler.
I remember those chapters, though.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, well, that's it for me. What about you, Chewy? What did you watch?
I guess I'll talk about the reincarnated as a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't remember what I talked about last time about it. Did I talk about the fact that like they just met or something, or?
I don't fucking remember.
Well, I think I only talked about how they like their dynamic, but
Yeah,
basically,
you talked about the dynamic between the two characters.
basically they met first episode, right? First
Mhm.
episode was a lot of like the sword figuring out his abilities and like becoming a bit OP, basically. And then how they met basically at the very end, and then kind of created their duo. Second episode was about, well, the 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 duo going basically from this random area. Basically, sorry, the duo being the sword, and how he met like a cat girl that was like a slave. And then they were making their way into town. Basically, they saved like a caravan. They got free transport. It's basically revealed that the girl Fran, her race, the cat girl, black cat race was looked down upon as like, I guess like it's like how we looked at black cats and we think they're like bad luck and stuff like that. Pretty much like that, except it's like really, 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 really bad bigotry, basically. It's not the fact that like everyone thinks that, but they're like people that just like, will butter it in their breasts and stuff like that, or will like bring it up and try to like.
So pretty much like the space noids and humanoids in Gundam, which was this entire episode of Gundam Witch of the Mercury.
Oh yeah, that was pretty decent too.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I thought that it was simplistic, and it just worked because I thought the characters were strong.
Yeah, and they just showing the backstory of another character, which probably seems like another one we'll keep going back to a lot. But yeah, no. Goes into town, comes an adventure, beats the test and stuff, that type of stereotypical stuff. Gets instantly called out because some people were like unhappy at how the sword had killed a lot of monsters in the first episode. So basically, he had perfectly like taken the materials and stuff, so that they dumped it all on the guild after she became a guild member and then got money for it. There's a lot more. So then people were unhappy about that and was like, why don't you like give that money and stuff like that? And it's like, oh, the black cat race, nothing but bad luck, blah 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 blah. Shows them in the place, goes out and does jobs. I think the last 2 episodes was just it was working around the lines of she's getting better at being the class that she wants to be, which I think she chose to be a magic swordsman. And then it's just like it leads up to one of the, I think, what is this, episode 4 or 5? I think this is leading up basically to the first act, which is the goblin horde, which is like there's all these goblins, like every single foe so far has been goblins, and it's been kind of unnerving. And they figured out that's like it's a goblin horde, and then they were dealing with it in the last episode where they like rallied all the adventurers, and then she goes into the nest by herself. So I think it ends off around there. There's a little bit of lore brought up as well, something about like the god of chaos or something, or goddess of chaos created monsters or something to help people like the adventurers level up or something and evolve. And apparently the goddess of chaos is not evil because of that, because she wanted them to evolve. Because the only way for people to evolve was through chaos itself or something, right? But it's interesting to think about it that way. But anyways, yeah, it's basically leading up to, I think, the big major act in the, I don't know, maybe the entire season, since it's only 12 episodes, but yeah, it's just like a goblin horde one. I did not watch Shinobi Itoki this last time, I don't think, so I'll have to go back to that later. But Iruma-kun, their last episode they first started training with their masters, right? So
Yep.
so now it's just heavy. It's the main hefty part of the training right before the Harvest Festival, I'm pretty sure. And everyone is being pushed to the limits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they all show their potential to all their mentors. And now their mentors are now like going like, hey yo, we're gonna go to the next gear now and train you even harder because I see the potential in you. So everyone was just went through training hell times 2, basically. And then at the very end of the episode, Irma shows off his cool ass new ability. And that I think this is one of the coolest moments in the manga. And now it's animated, adapted to anime, sorry. And it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. It was a good lead up, basically. Oh, and they showed the backstory of what's her name, Barbados.
I'll make sure to watch that after we finish recording this. I can't believe I forgot about it.
Oh, but yeah, that last bit. I'm not gonna spoil, but you probably read the what you call it. Oh, that last scene was pretty decent. Not bad. Not bad.
I just can't believe I forgot about it. I was just like looking through the Saturday shows. I'm just like, wait. Oh shit! I didn't watch this.
Okay, I need to check this out though. Is Barbados voiced by Junko?
Well, welcome to Aruma-kun season 3
I'm looking
now.
Give me 1 second. Was Barbados special? It is Takeuchi Junko. It's Junko Takeyachi. What? It's Junko Takeuchi.
Okay.
She voices Naruto. She voices Endo Mamoru from Endo Mamoru from Inazuma 11. Well.
Okay.
And I think Sabo from One Piece when they were younger, and I think
you're naming shows that I have not watched and don't plan on watching.
I think she's also Takia from Digimon Frontier. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. She's really well known. Okay. I watched a lot of shows. She's also Lambo from Cut to Kill Hitman Reborn. So yeah, I watched a lot of shows with her. Her voice was very familiar to me. And I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that she voiced Barbados.
Interesting.
Okay, next one. Let's go. What's the next one?
Well, I'm done.
To Your Eternity. I just watched it.
You know, I don't talk about that show because it's a show you need to fucking experience.
I mean, I'm not going to talk much about it, but it was a good first episode, honestly. And bruh, I can't get over that that one particular bloodline of those I forget his name now. Fumi? Is it Fuma? Fushi, sorry. Those Fushi obsessed people. And that lady that's just obsessed with Fushi and just got the knocker. And that bloodline is just so messed up, man. Gets worse and worse every fucking episode. And then there's the very ending of that episode was really nice because they brought back Tonari. But yeah. You gotta watch it. You do have to watch it. Really, honestly, the manga is really, really well done, and the anime is not so. That's pretty decent so far. I really can't wait till it gets to a certain point.
You know what I'm excited for? There's still 2 more series that I'm watching that haven't aired yet. That being Arc Knights and Kantai.
You're excited for that?
Well, yeah, Arc Knights got a new MV and it looks great.
Maybe you will finally break through the trope of being just a video game. Like an Natsume 11!
Guitar Mario. And Arc Knights got 8 episodes, so it airs on Friday.
Okay.
Kantai Collection is still 10 days away, sadly.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it should be good. Our Arc Knights visually is looking insane. It's being made by Yostar Pictures, which really don't have much. But apparently they've been working with Arc Knights for a while. They do PVs for Azure Lane, Arc Knights, Blue Archive. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They're actually doing the anime High Speed Atole. It's an original anime coming out sometime next year. But yeah, I think that's it. Was this the quick episode you wanted, Chewy?
I don't know, I guess.
Well, you're the one who said you wanted to go.
I wanted a decent pace. Well, next season is looking pretty good too. But we'll leave that for when we actually talk about it. Yeah, buff girls. Sorry, buff girls. Buff girls.
Well, this has been the latest episode of the EHRPG Podcast, episode 64. We'll be back next week to talk about more stuff around the anime world and hopefully nicer stuff.
Hopefully not do it at night, because I feel like we're very low energy right now. I'm very low energy.
No, I'm good.
I'm very low energy.
Bye.
Wait, they already announced, like, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury Part 2? Dang.
Yeah, it's a 2-course show.
Oh, but... Oh. Well, I didn't know they put it all the way in spring. Bye!